Behind every good man, there is a great woman.
Yeah, I confess, Father, I confess. 'Cause I've been
What's going on, carnalitos? So yeah, man, that saying couldn't be truer today than it was when it was said. Back then, it was behind every great man there is a great woman. But me myself, I'm just trying to be a good man. But I definitely have a great woman behind me. You know, women are essential to a family life, especially essential from bringing you out of the pits of hell, I guess, let's say. Uh, Women, especially ones like my wife, man, that truly care about me, that want me to do right. And I'm sure you guys have your old lady, your wife, your girlfriend, whoever it may be. If you have a good one, man, especially a great one, then you know what I'm talking about. They're the ones that when you need your oreja pulled because you're acting like a fool, they're there, man. When you need to get up for work, sometimes they're there. When you need a meal when you're coming home from work, they're there, man. You know, my wife works, but I still get home. She's getting off of work too. I'm coming home. I got dinner on the table, brother. You know, I got clean clothes. My house is fucking clean. She puts in work, man. She puts in much more work than I give her credit for. And for that, I would tell her that I love her and I do love you, babe, and I appreciate everything you do for me and our family. You know, and that woman also doesn't necessarily need to be your wife, man. It could be your sister. It could be your mom. You know, for all of us who did time, who was always there for us, man? Our moms, man, or our girl, man. When we needed that package, that's who was there. When we needed somebody to answer our phone, that's who was there. Time and time again, I see so many tough guys, man, and as soon as they get popped, they always go and call their mama because they know, regardless of what they do and what they've done, their mom's got their back, man. And hopefully, we can start stepping up as men and having their back also. We take it for granted a lot of times how much they take from us, man. How much shit we put them through, and they're still there for us. Time and time again, I get homies that would be like, but fuck, yo, she's driving me crazy. She's talking all this shit. You know, she's on my back. And what you need to understand is they're doing that because they care. It's just the same way when you see a kid who has a parent who's always on their back. Where are you going? What are you doing? Have you done your homework? That's somebody who cares. A parent who just pretty much lets their kid run amok and people think that's the cool parent. That's the parent who doesn't give a shit about you, man. And it's the same for your old lady. If your old lady's out there and you run amok, do whatever you want. It's not that she's cool as fuck. It's that she really doesn't give a fuck, man. If you're coming and going and they're not really checking up on you, they don't really care, man. Like I tell homies of mine, I said, stop worrying about how much she's on your ass and caring about you. What you should worry about is the day she stops calling you and worrying about you, because that's the day she's gonna bounce. You know, we take it for granted a lot of times, and what we don't understand is that women will get fed up and women will bounce on us, man. And sometimes in the worst situations, you know, because like I said, we think they're gonna be there forever, but that's just not how life works. Me myself, when we got together with my wife now, I was 24 years old. I had just gotten out of the youth authority for the third time, and there was people that told her, you know, not to get with me, not to fuck with me, because as they put it, that guy just don't give a fuck, man. You know, why are you wasting your time with him? But I'm glad she saw in me the man I'm becoming, the man I'm still trying to be. I'm still trying to better myself. That's the chista's life, to try to get ahead and try to better yourself for your family, man. And my wife definitely had a big role in that, man. She had a major impact. She took me into her home. Her son was already there, which was my stepson at the time, and now I consider him my son. My daughter came into the picture also soon thereafter, and she took her in just like her daughter, man. And we made a family. It wasn't always easy. That's one thing that people need to realize, especially with like step families, when you put them together. It's not an easy thing, man. You're gonna be bickering, you're gonna be fighting, and we bickered and fought for maybe like 2 years. It was either she thought I was being too tough on her son, or maybe I thought she was being too tough on my daughter. And then eventually we realized that no, man, we are one family, and the reason we're being tough on one another's kids is because we care. Where I've gotten in life, it's been by hard work. It's been by dedication. It's been 20 years now that from the last time I was in jail and since I started working construction. And I made a pretty decent living. I bought a home in my neighborhood. I fixed it up, and I'm living pretty much the American dream. And that's like I said, I call myself the American Cholo. But without my wife, none of this would be possible, man. I would have most likely been back in jail. I would have probably been boozed up somewhere. I would have been just a guy running the streets without any guidance, man. And I thank her every day for that. I may not say, but I do it by going to work. I do it by putting in that work that I have to. I don't bang on the streets like I used to. I bang on the job site. And when I bang on the job site, I get paid to come home, put a nice roof over our head, pay the bills, and try to live just a normal, boring life. That's okay with. I'm okay with that. I mean, my wife is my homie, man. My wife is my best friend. I couldn't see myself living without her. It's it's not always perfect, but it's better than anything I've ever been through, and I'll be happy to grow old and gray with her. And hopefully some of you have that opportunity. And if you have a girl that you think is like that, take care of her, man. Like I said, deal with the bullshit, man. You're gonna go through ups and downs. There's no such thing as a perfect relationship. It just doesn't exist. Another thing that I've been talking to certain guys, and a lot of guys have issues with their girls and like with their ex, let's say. I've had a conversation with a couple guys, especially this one guy at the gym, and he asked me, "Hey Gil, how did you feel about some other guy being around your kid when you were younger?" I told him, when I was younger, and I used to hear that, I used to hear a lot of that when I was in YA, and guys would say, "Hey fool, what's up? Your ex-old lady's gonna be with some other guy, and your kid around you, you're gonna get hot." And my response to that was always the same. I said, if some other man is man enough to take care of my kid, then what the fuck am I going to say, man? If I'm sitting here in jail not taking care of business, then who am I to sit here from jail, talk shit to this guy about raising my kid? I'd be a hypocrite for doing that, and that's just not me. As far as other guys being in your kid's life, that's life, guys. You know, when you guys break up and move on, life goes on, man. To me, as long as the guy that's around either your son or daughter, as long as they're being respectful, they're not on drugs, they're not in gangs, they're not out there just making it worse for your kid, then so be it, man. That's just one more person to help raise your kid, and believe it or not, to raise a kid, it takes a village, man. It takes a lot of people, and if you got that extra hand in there to help you out, you should take advantage of it. Like we went to my grandson's trophy thing the other day for basketball. It was me, it was my wife, it was my son, it was my grandson's mom and her boyfriend, man. We all sat there, we all talked, had adult conversation, and it was all good, you know. It's not like F that guy because he's not Sean's dad. No, man. It's a family thing, man. And the sooner we get with that program, the better off we'll be. After my brother's death in 2011, I immediately just did the funerals, started working, and like in 2012 sometime, I woke up one day and I was rotten inside, man. I just didn't care. I started drinking heavily. I stopped going to my job sites, and I pretty much was ready to lose everything, man. I told my wife, you know what? That's it. I don't care. I'm gone. You can keep the house. I will help you pay for it for a couple of years, but other than that, I'm gone. In other words, I was ready to throw my life away. She sat there and she was the one with the pants in the house. She was the one that made the man decision and said, no, man, we're not doing this. I'm sticking by you. We're gonna get through this one way or another. And you know what? We did, man. And if it wasn't for her, like I said, I wouldn't be here where I'm at now. Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about every female's being great or every female's is a positive person to be around. If you're around some chick that is always constantly getting into fights, constantly trying to make you drink, constantly trying to make you get high, constantly just being a full-on ratchet, man. No, that's not what I'm talking about. That's a whole completely different animal. I'm talking about the person that's trying to keep you out of trouble. I'm talking about the person that's trying to get you ahead in life, man, because that's the thing over here, man. We have a very short span to live over here, and the sooner we take advantage of the better off in life we get, the better off our kids will get, man. And women see that because women give birth. Women are carers. Naturally, women are there to take care of us, man. So it's just a little short video. It's Monday. I'm kind of tired. I'm back at the work week. As far as the subscriptions and the comments go, man, I appreciate you guys, man. You guys are in there putting in that work, man, dropping them comments and getting that forum going. I've got a couple of interviews coming up. I want to say I'm doing one this Sunday, and then I'm doing one in a couple weeks from there. So this forum might actually get a little bit larger, which is cool. The message is being sent out there, man. Other than that, I appreciate you guys. And to the guys giving those negative comments, I think the negative comment, the disrespectful, you gotta get that by Felicia, homeboy. So you guys have a good one and good night.
Yeah, I confess, Father, I confess, 'cause I've been living wrong.